Hello there, good morning to you. This is Kakaaki Social, and thank you so very much for holding on. It's Friday, TGIF, happy hour. All right, so today's edition is actually very different from what you would have expected, and you just have to hold on. Let me tell you the stories we are looking at, a quick lineup. Now, a former deputy national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Chief Bode George, is asking Atiku Abubakar, who he says is a regular presidential candidate, to behave like an elder that he is and drop his 31-year-long bid to be president before he destroys the PDP. Now, pro-Biafra agitator Simon Ekpa has been arrested alongside 4 others in Finland on suspicion of terrorist activities. The slide is just there. If we could just have Simon Ekpa right there. So it says that why he's been arrested is because he's suspected to be involved in terrorism, and the defense headquarters is happy about this, and they said the next thing to do is extradition back to Nigeria. Also, more than 170 bottles of assorted alcohol worth about 450,000 naira have been confiscated and destroyed by operatives of Yobe State Hizbah Board. And final story will be President Bola Tinubu at G20 Summit is presenting Africa's issues. He wishes Nigeria can afford food for school children as encouragement to keep them in school. So we're looking at these stories today, and the good part is that I would be reading your comment live today on the show, so we have no comment prepared to read. So what you would do is tweet at me at Rena OBO, and please use hashtag Kakaaki Social, and please get the spelling of Kakaaki correctly on your screen right there, because sometimes we are tempted to put 2 A's before you know where it should be. Kakaaki Social, please tag me at Rena OBO so that I can see your tweets. I have a guest in the house today, our very first guest, our public affairs analyst, the person of David Okpeyemi. Okay, good morning to you.
Good morning, Rena. It's so good to see you.
It's absolutely my pleasure.
A pleasure to be here.
You know that you are making history, being my very first guest on this show.
Sounds like sounds really good.
Thank you so much, and yeah, welcome. So we're looking at first story today, which will be a track up from Chief Bode George, who has said that Atiku is too old. He is about to destroy the country if he doesn't leave the PDP and drop his presidential ambition that has been a lifetime ambition. So we'll take this video and then we'll come for your review.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why is Atiku so hell-bent to contest again? Some of us won't allow your constancy to contest, to destroy this party. You can leave PDP and go to your business partners in APC. At least you did that before. I am bold to say that PDP is not a private enterprise of any individual. Why is Atiku so hell-bent to contest again? Some of us won't allow your constancy to contest, to destroy this party. You can leave PDP and go to your business partners in APC. At least you did that before. I am bold to say that PDP is not a private enterprise of any individual.
All right, so that's the video right there, David. What would be your thoughts to this?
I mean, come to think of it,
yeah.
A child born in 1993 is already above 30, he's already 31, and by constitutional right, he can contest for some offices in Nigeria.
Right.
It is true that I think Atiku Abubakar needs to step down his intentions to run. All right, whatever vision you have, whatever plans you think you have, and you can do better for the country, I think it is high time you passed it on, to the next generation. That's one major problem I think I have with political leadership in Nigeria. There is no strategic and deliberate succession plans. So I think it is high time, Alhaji Abubakar, please step down. Just as you have been advised, take a bow. If you have tried how many times and you didn't get it, it means that of course, it's high time you actually transferred that vision, that passion you think you have for the country to the next generation, you know, of emerging leaders. So I agree with Bode George for the first time in a long time.
Oh, wow.
So I think he needs to step it down.
Okay.
I actually agree that he needs to step it down.
Because he was telling him right there that, oh, this is not your private business, so you don't have to be the chairman for
forever.
A lifetime.
So, you know, I mean, it's just like holding the, and if you look at it, it has been detrimental rather to PDP's emergence at the national level. You see that since after, you know, Jonathan, he's been the one holding the ticket. There could have been more, I mean, there could have been people who can contest, even compete better, you know, than he would, you know, for presidential elections, you know. And I actually think that for PDP to regain its importance and, of course, its relevance in the Nigerian political space, there is a need for new, fresh blood to come in. However, a country that has over 60% population of young people, and, of course, the party is also populated with a lot of young people, why not let's give these people the chance to build the future that they deserve? Alhaji Abubakar.
but look at, he has not really been a consensus candidate. You know that, especially in the last one, for example, Wike was there. We had other people contest too, but he won. So it's not like, oh, he's bribing or sorting some people so that he can get it.
It is Nigeria politics.
Okay. Let's have our next story, please. Let's have our next story. So this is Hijba in Yobe State that destroyed alcohol worth of 450,000 naira just yesterday. Well, this is not news because it's been happening. But why this, I guess, as reactions are pouring in on social media, would be for netizens. You know, in Ethical, we say, "Emoyole ola koko." What it means is what you don't eat, you don't divide it or share it with your kids. So the tax reform policies, for example, you know, they would share from the gains of alcohol. They have always shared. But the new policy is saying that, no, whatever you don't produce and all of that, right? So if you keep destroying, so why are you interested? Because we've gotten a lot of no's from that region to say, no, we like it as it's been. So that's why this is on the trends for netizens this morning.
I mean, I followed this story. It is not the first of its kind.
Yeah.
You know, it's not even happening for the first time in Yobe State. I think that as long as there are no state legislations that bans the use of alcohol in the state, I think that the government needs to wade in this and give every citizen the right to actually do their business and consume alcohol healthily. It has not been, I mean, alcohol has not been, it has not been banned as a substance. I think NDLEA calls it social something. I can't remember what it's called, as against drugs, right? So if there are no state legislations or federal legislations that ban the use of alcohol, I mean, let the people do their business. Well, let people do their, you know, Friday, end tax.
Their giant.
Yeah, exactly. End tax from it, all right? Yeah. End tax from these businesses. Investing out of school children, investing in development. And I mean, the fact that your religion or your belief system does not permit alcohol does not mean that people cannot observe their constitutional right, which is freedom of religion, freedom of belief, and freedom of jaye jaye. Right? So that's like
I'm talking about freedom of jaye jaye.
Right.
So I read partly that why they are doing this is because they said that religion forbids, you know, taking whatever intoxicates you publicly. But we'll leave it at that because we still have more story. Let's see our next story.
There is freedom of religion in Nigeria.
Absolutely.
Just to say.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. So let's have our next story, please, and see what the development is. So this is Mr. President in... Why is your face like
Brazil? My
president. Your big brother.
My president, yes.
Absolutely. So he's at a G20 summit and he's making a case for Africa. He's talked about insecurity and all you have. Particularly the focus for netizens here will be that, students need, children rather, pupils need to stay in school, and one of the ways to encourage them is to make sure that they have food. We should be able to feed them in school. I think we should just take 32 seconds. We'll take this video and then we'll come back for your thoughts. Well done.
Terrorism challenges, insecurity challenges that are preventing farmers to even go to their farm. We have problem of out of school children. We have problem of funding free education or giving our children 1 meal a day in a classroom. to even make them pay attention to school. Africa has that problem.
Right, so thank you so much. That's President Tinubu. So what are your thoughts to this video?
Truth is that Mr. President is stating the obvious. It is what the world thinks about Africa. It is what the world thinks about Nigeria. Right? We have this problem. There is problem of out-of-school children. There is problem of poverty in the land. You know, Nigeria is the poverty headquarters of the world. And as a concerned leader, yes, it is important that you raise these issues. I see him advocating, because you mentioned insecurity as well. I see him raising the issue and, of course, advocating for 2 permanent seats for Africa, you know, on UN Security Council. I see some of those cases. As important as advocating for this on G20 platform is, I think it is also critical, you know, as leaders of Africa, for us to come back home. All right, come back home. Let us put our heads together. Africa is the raw materials headquarters of the world. Let's put production. Let's be productive. Let's develop our non-oil export. Let's give our children education. Cut down on the cost of governance. And, you know, I mean, lead by example. And let us, I mean, take the lead.
Take the lead.
You know, yeah.
All right, then. I must say it has been very, very engaging having you on the show this morning. Thank you so much. So we have some tweets, about 15 of them, just to read some quickly. Uncle Alex is saying that he who sells sand and brown sugar will receive stones as payment. Atiku is a political janglover, moving from one party to another and dining with the devil. Mr. Dave says, I thought they said people should never give up. Making they go there is light at the end of the tunnel. Oh, well, I see your tweets. I see your reactions. Next week we'll make more time for you. Thank you, as always, for being a part of Kakaaki Social today. I'm Rena Obozeghie. Thank you so much, David, for coming on the show. I celebrate you. All right, the show continues in a moment. Stay with us.